You're welcome to the No Stand Zone podcast. My name is TA, and it's a pleasure, always a pleasure to have every one of you here. This is the podcast that covers the events happening around the Nigerian music industry, especially and beyond. So everything Afrobeats, Afropop, all of that fancy name for Nigerian music that we have out there. Yes, we cover it here. And this is the number one podcast for that. So if you have friends and family and loved ones who, love the music and want to know a little bit more, we cover all of that here. And you're not going to get any podcast anywhere in the world that covers it like we do, from the albums, the artists, to more nuanced conversations around the music industry. All of that I cover here on the No Stand Zone podcast. So once again, thank you for making the time to be here. If this is your first time, please do not hesitate to hit the subscribe or the follow button wherever you're listening to the podcast from. Where you can follow me on Twitter, X, some call it. It's TA Sound, TIAE Sound on Twitter, as well as No Stand Pod at No Stand Pod on Twitter. Guess what? You can also follow on Instagram now. So had that all figured out. There are a couple of clips and videos and all of that on Twitter, on Instagram that you can follow right now. It's still the same, TA_sound. That's TIAE_sound. So more platforms for you to follow everything that is happening here. Guess what? Also on TikTok right now. And if you get there, and there aren't a lot of videos yet, trust me, we're gonna fill that up real soon, and we're gonna create a way where we're gonna be able to communicate a lot more. I'm gonna be showing my face a lot more. A little bit outside of my comfort zone, things we haven't done in over a year in the podcast, where we've entered a new year so we're trying new things, and trust me, we're going to be seeing a lot of all those changes soon, at least before the end of the year. Planning big major changes on the podcast. I'm excited, cannot wait to share that with you once we have everything all sorted out. But on TikTok, it's TA Sound. That's TIAE Sound on Twitter, no underscore. So it's TIAE Sound on TikTok, right? So all those platforms, just follow me on all those platforms. We're going to open official pages for the podcast later on, but right now it's just follow me on all these platforms, and you can catch up on the happenings and little clips we post here and there. And then I'm going to also be posting little videos about the events happening and all of that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. I'm so excited about what the next few months actually hold in store for the No Stand Zone podcast. In fact, we're only getting bigger from this point, and I cannot wait to share and unveil all of that. So thank you once again for being very loyal to us here on the pod, and actually following everything we're doing, and liking the videos on YouTube, subscribing on YouTube. We had a new subscriber last week, so we're about 20 now. Come on, let's get to 100. That's not impossible? All right, let's get to 100. Let's spread the word of everything that is happening here. So real quick, let's dive into the events of the events of the past week and things that have been happening. I think it's best to start with Olamide's album. Let's start with Olamide's album, because I think there are a few topics today that have to do with rap, and it's just so crazy. The things that are happening, the conversations that are happening now around the rap genre in Nigeria, it just infuriates me, right? Everything that's happening. But let's start with Olamide's album, because I think that is a solid ground to start from, and then we can build on, talk about the beef or no beef that is, in fact, I just want to throw up while even saying that right now, that is happening now in the industry, right? So let's start with Olamide's album. Olamide released, and he's I don't even know how many albums he has right now, but Olamide has an album that he released this past week. Well, the album is titled Olamide. Oh yeah. And this was 17 songs, I wouldn't say real quick, but 17 songs all through. And I think it is safe to say at this point that Olamide is not moving like a rapper anymore. I think we can put all of that behind him. He doesn't even move like a rapper. To me, every time he releases a song now, it's not giving me that kind of vibe on the album. To be honest, this whole album did not feel like a rap album to me. Like when I was listening to Files, or when I was listening to, we just spoke about Ice Prince last week. I mean, those are clear cut rap albums, right? It's all about the flows, the lyrics, I mean, every indicator of what you think a rap song, a rap album should sound like. Files and an Ice Prince album give you that. Olamide's album is not giving you a rap album. This is not a rap album. I don't know how anyone listens to this and you get that from it. This is what every regular, like the regular pop art act. This is what they sound like today. This album could have been released by Minz, for all I care. Like, it could have been released by any pop act out there that knows how to maybe sing a little, pop a note here and there, and just sing, speak the rest of the lyrics. Like, it did not give me all of that, and I don't know how I feel about that. For me, the best Olamide is still the one that can give me that, where I'm listening to an album and it's just him giving me the bars and the flows. This album is not that. And for me, that's kind of like where I'm disappointed, sort of, by listening to this album. There was, I mean, a few things caught my attention. I would say, I mean, I think the one that actually caught my attention is the song that has already been released, and that was released already before the release of before the album was officially released, and that's the one with Shay Vibes, Ashake, Young John, and Daycom. I've spoken about Daycom on this pod. I mean, spoken about him months ago, and how really incredible artist I think he is, and he probably should be getting a lot more shine, recognition than he's already getting right now. If he was, I mean, he's got one of the most incredible voices. For those who are in the Afrobeat space, the pop music scene, he's got one of the most remarkable voices out there right now for a pop act. And to have Shay Vibes and Ashake on a song, and it's put together by Olamide, for me, it just sounds very poetic. Knowing where Shay Vibes is kind of coming from and where he is right now, it's very interesting for me. Just to see both of them on a song, right? I mean, outside of that, nothing really caught my attention here. Every other one could have just been there. In fact, he hasn't even been a rapper for a minute. MI had him on the last album titled The Guy with Nas. He was on the album with Nas and MI. And Olamide took the hook, singing. I mean, what do you? I mean, the evidence is right there. The man is not even interested in rapping anymore, and I don't think he wants us to look at him that way. I don't think that is who he is, at least today. And I say all of this not as a criticism per se. It's just my observation about who Olamide is today, and the evidence, I think, is right there. Right, that song from 2 years ago, I think, had a lot of it. A big impression on me as to Olamide cannot be serious that you're with two incredible rappers, and I mean, there's no problem with taking the hook, but you settle with not even dropping a bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 16 bars, whatever it is. That song already told me this, my man, is not in that. He's not interested in giving us a rap album. This is a pop album to me, right? Because it felt that way. It felt like more like a smooth listen from one track to the other. And the thing is, with a rap album, there's something that needs to hit you. It needs to hit you in your gut, like. It's not like every other genre, right? The rappers they're usually good with words, usually very interesting. They have a way of telling stories, a different way of telling stories. They have their way with words and punchlines and bars and flows. And so every time you're listening to a rapper, there has to be a point where there's that punch, that push, that you just feel it in your gut that either is what they're saying, how they are saying it, the subject matter, subject matter, whatever it is. Like there has to be something that hits you with the genre. It's just how the genre works, and I did not get any of that on this project. For me, it just was there. It was a pop project to me. I just could listen. And please, I don't know, man. I'm 17 songs is a lot, man. And we're gonna get to another album that I want to talk about. This is too long. For me, I mean, for this project, it just felt too long. Like, let's be done with this already. Like, real quick, can we be done? Can we round things off? Now, I'm not saying the album is not good. Once again, I think I need to repeat that. But Olamide is a rapper. If an R&B singer decides to give you another, like, do something else, right? You're gonna be like, wait, you're an R&B singer. This is not an R&B album, right? And you can criticize it with that and say, well, this is not an R&B album. You're known as an R&B artist, right? So that's kind of like where I am with this album, saying, well, Olamide is not well, I can't say even he's not a pop act, because he has several songs like that are pop hits, right? He's got pop hits in the past, right? So knowing Olamide as a rapper, and some will say, well, he's a hybrid, like both, right? So I don't even that. Let's even say he's hybrid. He's able to dabble in both. This for me was lukewarm, sort of in the middle. I wasn't getting the like a full, whether it's a full pop project or it's a full rap project. I mean, I think at some point you have to get one or the other from a project, right? Or if you're not getting one or the other, if you're gonna get two of them, then it has to really hit. Like, it has to really be there. And I honestly did not get any of that from this project. It is what it is, man. I honestly don't know what to say. Shout out to him. He had Shay Vibes twice on this project. Usually you would, I mean, if it was 2 years ago, would have had Ashake several times on this one. But for me, it was just an okay project. I don't have anything many big criticism to say. Olamide has, he's solidified his legendary status, right? So for me, there wouldn't be so much to say about his project. I mean, just there are some people who have reached that it's legendary status. They don't have to be doing what they're doing right now. If Olamide doesn't want to release music today, he comes from a different era to me, and I'm going to treat him that way. Like, if I'm listening to MI as well, if MI was to release an album today, I mean, he's one of those artists. I mean, he's been here since 2007, 2006, even maybe, and it's almost going to 20. Yeah, what? 2007 maybe. It's close to 20 years. Man, the man is a four-star. What does he call himself? 4-star general, 5-star general. Man, he's been here in, what did he say? I've been here in 3 different decades. Coleman King. At this point, it should be King MI, right? So, I mean, for me, this felt more like a pop project, a smooth listen. Nothing really hit me that caught my attention to be like, oh, what is that? Oh, wow, that. Or it was just at a smooth pace, just grinding through the whole thing. And please, let's keep this album short. Please allow me to have big. Other than that, it is what it is. It's not a project that is memorable, that I will be going back to as an album. For me, I want either of these things. Right? It can be like a rap project and then you have a few songs there, right? That's kind of what I'm looking for if you're a rapper and you're releasing a project like that, because he's more of a rap leaning than a pop project. As much as he's had pop hits, he's more a rapper than he's a pop artist. He has more rap singles and albums, like centered albums, than he has pop singles or centered albums, right? So that's kind of like where I am with this. It's not too memorable for me. Someone brought this up in a space that I was in as regards, an album might not be good, but you can get it commercial success. Like, you can make money from it, but at the end of the day, when we are talking about the album, people who understand these things, who see what is happening, we can say this was the album. The quality of the product itself was bad. The product might sell, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the product is bad, right? Wasn't good enough, right? So those two things can actually exist together. And I think the success this album will get commercially would sort of overshadow or kind of gloss over the fact that I don't think this was the greatest project, greatest album from him. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't the greatest as well. And I don't know if I can say anything bad about Olamide at this point. Like I said, if artists like him, I'm not. It's never gonna be, oh, this was trash, right? I've said it over and over again about those artists that have cemented that status, come from a different time. It's like, if you're still putting out music, good luck to you. It is what it is at this point. So shout out to Olamide. The album self-titled, and even that, when I saw that it's going to be self-titled, I was like, well, this is a move by a rookie artist. Like, this is a kind of, like, Ira Star's first EP was titled Ira Star, that kind of thing, right? So it happens usually with artists who are just coming in. They just title the album their own name, right? Like Tyler's first album titled Tyler, right? So things like that. So it's even giving it that name, sort of like that's even coming into the album. That already was. I was like, why are you naming it? All? What's the idea behind that? It could have been anything. I mean, but who cares about album names today, right? The same way people are talking about album covers nowadays, but who gives a damn about that? Right? And real quick, let me mention that folks who don't know, I think I saw this on that MI will actually would actually have an album release. I think July 20th, I think is the date. Well, MI is my favorite rapper ever, as my favorite artist ever. His music is evergreen to me. I can listen to him anytime. His music covers a wide range of things for me personally. Whatever my mood is, there's an album for every mood. It's not just I have a song for him. For me, I think I have an album for every mood. I have the nostalgia. If I want to get the pop hits kind of thing. If I just want to get the rap from it, I have everything from him. So I am extremely excited about this album coming out. For me, this is Christmas come early. The fact that we're going to have this album come out really soon. I'm excited. I'm giddy about this. Probably this whole week up until the release of the album, I'm going to be just doing a rollback, just kind of listening to all his projects that over again, just be taking a step back from Rendezvous to which other one, to The Guy. Probably going to what's the other one that he's got a few of them that I really, really do like. Let me see if I can. I want to see if I can pull them up. From the old ones. There's MI the movie. There's MI the album itself. So I honestly cannot wait for everything he's got to offer. Chairman, oh my gosh, please don't even get me started. Chairman, I mean, it's no doubt that he's the most, at this point, you can't doubt that he's the most successful, commercially successful rapper. I think he's the best rapper the continent, the African continent has ever had. So for me, that's how, it's not even that's how I see it. The facts play out here. Let me not go on famsing about MI, but cannot wait for the album to come out really soon. So let's also talk about this one. It's kind of blew up over the weekend. And it's this so-called beef that I don't get it. This so-called rap beef. And you guys are not thugs. You don't live this life. I don't know why the conversation about rap always, the one that gets everybody talking, is the one that has to do with absolutely nothing. Because you're probably going to see these guys come together in a few weeks or even a few days. For me, all of this might just be play. Because you guys don't really mean any of this. What's this? I can rap better than you. What are we doing here? Are we teenagers? Is this secondary school or primary school? What are we doing here? Right? So I don't even believe in this in the first place. This is just to get noise and get people talking. But then the sad thing is this. For 3 weeks now, we've spoken about the Fowls album, which is absolutely fantastic. I still think so far that has to be the rap album of the year so far for me. Ice Prince, another rapper, released an album as well, and there is nothing from it. Where was the noise there? That's how you know that all this rap conversation, and now that everyone is talking about it, this is not a real conversation. This isn't organic. Like, like at the end of the day, when we talk about rap, at some point, the substance, like we're talking about people's albums, people's product, what they're releasing out to the public, has to be the loudest thing we talk about when we talk about rap. If it's gonna be rap beef we talk about, then this genre is far from the liberation that I think, and they think they also need, the kind of talk they need, the kind of I would say popularity, what the exposure they need. That's the word I'm looking for. They're far from that. Because I'm thinking at the end of the day, rap beef is at the end of the thing, right? The product has to speak for, that has to be what we talk about the most. If the only time rap ever comes to the surface of conversations is when we're talking about rap beef, this person is this, and it's all about behaving like secondary school children, that's the only time we get to have big conversations about rap, then this is all bullshit then. If we cannot be talking about the product, 2 rap projects have come out this year, at least 2 of the best from the 2 mainstream artists, and the 2 projects have been absolutely fantastic. We've talked about them on the podcast here. Where was the conversation there? Where were the rap heads at that point? Like, this is what I'm talking about. There is. I don't want to hear anything about rap heads anymore. I don't, because where are these rap heads when rappers actually release products? Where was the conversation then? Nothing. All of this is just internet banter. That is what all of this thing beef. Although this is not a beef, this is just internet banter. This is clickbaiting, and people fell for it. Some people that I even kind of respect in this, in this media space, kind of got involved. Like, why are you tweeting about this? Why are you falling for the Twitter bait, for the clickbait? This is clickbaiting. This has nothing to do with rap beef or no rap beef, because you guys are not even about that life. You want to form rap? Like, what are we talking about here? What is this all about? This is Nigeria at the end of the day. This is Nigerian music at the end of the day. Like, Nigerian rap music at the end of the day. This whole idea, I can rap more than you. Bro, the conversation should be, how can we make money, man? How is it that you guys are not thinking about that? How is it that that's not the conversation? How can we consolidate and make more money? Who gives a fuck about beef? What is going on? How can we make money? That's why and these 2 artists have worked together in the past, right? Olamide Black and Black Bones. Oh, I haven't even mentioned their names in this whole thing. Apparently, they are shooting at each other, and they've worked together in the past, and that's why this is all fake for me. It's just clickbait, because they're not really about that. They're too Nigerian to tell me that this is not all about them making money. People are falling for the clickbait. This is about them making more money for themselves. Right? I saw the Runtown, right? Is it Runtown or who released Ricardo Banks? I said Runtown. Ricardo Banks released his released the track list for his album coming out real soon, and it's got Olamide Black and Black Bones on it. Oh my God, why can't you all see that this is about money grab, clickbaiting, and everyone is falling for it, and people are talking trash shit and not making any sense and calling themselves rap head like I don't even know, man. I don't know. For me, if we're going to be talking about especially Nigerian rap in Nigeria, it should be about the product. You people are not about that life of whether I'm gonna shoot you or I'm this come to my block, all those rubbish. I'm a better rapper, all those secondary school things. How can you make money, bro? How can you people make money? How can the rap genre make money in this time where pop is the one that gets, like, a pop act has been able to get more popularity than most of the rappers out there by just having one hit song. A pop act will be spoken about for the next year because it has one hit song. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't know, man. I mean, well, Otisumi, I tell you, I won't lie, man. I'm just tired. Like, Where were these rap heads 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? That's how you know all of this. This is where you should be for more news conversations. This is what I'm talking about. I was asking where are the rap heads last week before this beef or no beef started this a few days ago. Last week, I was talking about where are the rap heads. Bro, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't know why. Well, it's like I said, it's all clickbaity, and a lot of people fell for it. I avoided it as many times as I could on my timeline. I don't want to get involved in all that absolute bullshit stuff. So, is there anything rap again? I don't think there's anything rap. Then we need to talk about MI has an album coming out soon. I am excited. So let's dive into the next thing real quick. Rick Asani, R&B legend here in Nigeria. One of the most dynamic voices, one of the strongest voices we have out there. He's really good at what he does. One of the best singers that Nigeria has ever produced. This is not even R&B voice. Rick Asani is one of the greatest singers that Nigeria we've ever had in Nigerian music industry. Case closed. He has proven himself over the years. Vocally, very few come close. He's one of the most dynamic singers we've ever seen. So every time I would give him his flowers, and I think it has to be said more times than we already do, because with the Nigerian industry and everything, this Afrobeats and the pop is what gets the attention. A lot of the R&B artists don't, and I want to always, every opportunity that I have, speak on that and shine the light on this artist so that the world knows and the world can recognize them. It doesn't mean I'm saying they're ever going to get the same bag or the same recognition, but I think in spaces like this where we're more artist conscious and we're more conscious about the music and the product and all of that, the substance, I think it has to be said. He has a new project out right now, and titled Lagos. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, guys. Titled Lagos Lover Boy, and I think we spoke about the lead single to the release, of this project, which is absolutely fantastic. Rick Asani, Neo, and Joe Boy. I was speaking with a colleague this a few days ago, must have been yesterday, was it maybe 2 days ago? Shout out to my man Pixel, who had a Twitter space, and we're talking about this album. And no, just this single itself, and absolutely fantastic. This has to be the R&B single of the year. I don't know how anybody beats it. I don't know any R&B artist that is going to release music album anytime soon. Tiwa Savage released her album last year. There are not too many R&B artists, at least mainstream R&B artists. So I don't know anyone who's going to release a single R&B single, at least Nigerian. I have to be careful with that, Nigeria, because I think Rolling is that from South Africa is absolutely fire. You guys just go check out that album. It's called an EP. You need to go check it out. ROWLENE, one of my favorite artists on the continent. Absolutely incredible voice she's got. But Rick Asani in Nigeria, right now, he's on top of that. I won't say on top of that. I think Olamide comes before him just because of the quality of the product, not the vocal dexterity here. But Rick Asani, this song with Neo and Joe Boy is ridiculous. And I remember saying it to Pixel, who he was one who opened the space, and I remember telling him that if this song kind of encapsulates what I want from Rick Asani's project, right? And let me take a step back first. We spoke about this song a few weeks ago when it was actually released, and you guys know I was head over heels about the quality of the product, the song itself. The delivery from Rick Asani. Neo did them good. He gave them A+ delivery, performance, songwriting on this one. And Joe Boy held his ground, standing beside two of two great vocalists, right? He held his ground, and so impressed, really impressed with that. And I was telling him that this has to be this sound and the way the delivery on the verse, the songwriting and everything, this has to be the range, the sweet spot that he works with. The turn off for me, I think, is as great as his voice is, he leaned he hasn't been able to properly mix that Afro with the R&B that sonically works for me. The thing is, pidgin sonically is different from your normal English. Like if we wanted to talk pidgin, right? If the way you mix the pidgin with English, and like sonically, musically, if you don't find that sweet spot that works, Baba, your song fit the sound too heavy, leaning towards the Afro side. And for me, that usually takes away from the essence of R&B itself, because it's supposed to be smooth listen. And the pidgin, they always, is heavy with the consonants and all of that, right? And it might take away from that feel of the R&B. The mixture has to be really good here, right? It's like they are making pop. If you don't really mix it well, it's gonna have bumps, right? Like say they make Ogi now. If you don't mix it well, you're gonna get bumps. That's kind of what I think this is. It's smooth, but the bumps, those bumps kind of make it hard to swallow sometimes. And I think that's kind of my only criticism of Rick Asani. That was if I could summarize this album, that would be it for me. I think he's like vocally, it's undeniable how incredibly good he is. You get what you think you're gonna get from him. That's also a positive thing. You know what Rick Asani gives you, and you're gonna get that. And I'm not saying my criticism has never been that it's trash or whatever. It's just you know what you get, and I like that. In the sense that I don't want someone always throwing me off, trying to tell me I can do rock music or I can do this. We know who you are. Give us who you are, basically. And I love to hear that every time from him. I would just want something that is more, and I'm not saying Western sounding, right? Because if we take Neo out of this song is still absolutely fantastic. If this was a Rick Asani Joe Boy track single, it was still absolutely fantastic. It was the whole sound, the production, the way the song was just put together, the way they delivered the verses as well. And it still had the pidgin. This wasn't like it was speaking English. Joe Boy still, he's still the one who mixes the pidgin and the English very well in his music, right? So they both gave that, but it wasn't heavy leaning towards the Afro too much that it takes away from the R&B side of the music, right? So I was more excited about this project because I was thinking I was going to get more songs like this, Love and Romance, right, from the album, and I didn't get that. And that's kind of like the disappointment for me. This was also too long, 21 songs. For the album that wasn't sonically there, like it was just here and there. Like, I think the good thing they put, you have a Nonso Amadi track 17, and then you come in with Neo and Joe Boy track. I think that transition there was if they had those two songs apart, it would just have sounded off in the project. Portable I don't know why he was on this project. The Fino track didn't do it. Odumodu Black, All Love I Have for Him, but this song Falling did not do it as well. Like, I think a lot of songs didn't work on this one. The best song still on this project is the Love and Romance 2 for me, because it just gives an idea of that if he decides to go a different direction, this can be absolutely, it can be it can sound a lot better. The product can be better. And please, can we use a songwriter? Like, please, can we use like, some of these songs sound too plain, too cliche. Like, it can be better is all what I'm saying. It doesn't take away from how really talented I think he is, but it obviously can be better. He has to try something, not something else, but he has to he has to add a different spice to this thing. The product is still there, the meal is still there, but it's like more salt, more pepper, more thyme, just like a lot more of the little things here and there. I think is what will kind of really get the best that I think he can deliver. Like this song, "This Love and Romance." Honestly, I don't want to go like jump overboard with how disappointed I was because of how good this single was. This was such a fantastic R&B single that I was thinking this has to be the direction of the project. This, like the production sonically, it and the mixture of the pidgin and the English and all of that has to be the direction of the whole project. I think there was so high expectation, and I think I was let down. Basically, is what this album felt like for me. I think I was let down. I was expecting so much more because this Love and Romance 2 is one of my singles of the year. It's in and please, I should talk about this at some point. We have a playlist, right, where I accumulate some of the best singles that I've heard this year, that I've actually been working on. So you guys, would go check it out. I will give you the name of that at the end of the show. I can't recall that right now, but I will give you that information by the end of the show. But this album could have been better for me. I just was really disappointed from what I got and really what I was expecting, and the direction and how spicy I thought it was gonna be, how really tasty, gonna taste all the spices here and there. The meal was well cooked. It was good to eat, but it just was lacking those little things that I think could have made the song better. Portable should not have been on this project. I don't know what my mind was looking for. And there were some songs here that I was like, oh my goodness, what is that song? Holy Matrimony. Oh my God. This song is so obvious. Like, it's so obvious that he was trying to play to getting this song played at weddings, basically, is what this song was. And it was too obvious. Like it was just hitting all of those, we are together now, so dance here, songs that it was just like baiting every wedding to play the song. He put it all the lyrics that you will be expecting from from a wedding setting, right? He just put everything in this one single, and it sounded so corny. It sounded so cliche. My goodness, this song was bad. I think this has to be the worst song on the album for me, man. It has to be the worst song on the album. I don't know, maybe because it was just too on the nose. But yeah, this album could have been better. I mean, you had Fino, you had Olamide Black. They didn't deliver, both of them, on their features. The song wasn't just good. It wasn't just their delivery at all. But yeah, Nonso Amadi, I think for a songwriter like he is, and it's just like him, the Joe Boy track as well. Joe Boy has a very unique sound and energy he brings to a track that is, it's just going to switch. You cannot give the same energy, the same vibe you had on that Holy Matrimony with a Joe Boy. The moment a song like a Joe Boy on a Nonso Amadi comes on the track, the energy of the song changes because they sonically come with something different. And I think those two songs, Nonso Amadi, track 17 and 18, the one with Nonso Amadi is titled Best of Me, the one with Neo and Joe Boy titled Love and Romance 2, have to be the best songs on this project. But this whole project overall could have been better, could have been shorter. A lot of songs could have been taken, not a lot, but some songs could have been taken out. 21 was way too much for an album that lacked all of those little things that I think was really, really needed. Let's also talk about new music out right now. Let's see where we are. Okay, we still got some time to touch on one of the things I've wanted to talk about for like 2 weeks now. We'll touch on that as well. Let's just talk about the new music we had. Victony, I think there was nothing really memorable from last week. So Victony single out titled Glory. I mean, this could have been a church ministration. I think that's where this song should have been. It should have just gone to release the song in church on Sunday. Save all of us the stress of having to go through it. I don't know. If you're trying to get back in, I don't know. Is it trying to connect with the fact that things are difficult in the country? How is that going to get you where you need to be? You're a pop act, release a pop song. Like, please save us all this rubbish you're trying to be. I don't know what you're trying. Like, people are overthinking. They're overthinking things. You're a pop act. Your biggest song that you've ever had that got you out there. What's the name of that? What's the name of that song now? My goodness, my memory is terrible. Let me see. I need to remember that song. I'm sure a couple of you are already there. Like, oh yeah, I know this. Soweto it's the biggest song he's ever had in his life. It's a pop single, over 200 billion. Like, please, like what works for you. This song is absolutely fantastic. Soweto is a fantastic song. One of the best songs of the last decade. Has to be there. One of the top 20, 25 songs of the past decade. And then you're trying to give me what, actually? Right? You're trying to do what? I don't know what I don't know what to say. You're Apollo also. Like, it's that sound is colomental. Also, like, this, you've had 3 big songs and they've been pop leaning. They go to that soft mid tempo. Give me a mid tempo pop song, my guy. Like, what is it we're doing here? Why are we always overthinking, trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to do diversified or versatile? Who gives a fuck about any of those things? Deliver what your product is. You're great at mid tempo pop singles. You released a disaster of a project the last time that didn't get you anywhere, and we all know that. It's nothing close to the previous project, the EP Outlaw. Nothing close to that EP at all. I mean, had Chop and Slide, had Apollo, had Jolene, had Soweto, had Colomento. This we can go down as one of the best EPs we've seen in the past decade. One of the top EPs in the last decade, and then you decide to give me this. You should come out with a force as much as you can. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There's nothing we can do about that. But I think he's too talented. Victor is too talented for me to for you to give me a song titled Glory. You should come back now trying to stamp your feet. Come up with the mid-tempo hit that we know you can. Like, stop all this, I beg. Let's stop all this. I remember saying it a few weeks ago, a few months ago, saying, you know what works for you. You know what the fans are expecting. You give it to them. You're a pop act. You do it. And I was saying, go back to your Soweto bag. Mid-tempo hit. Mid-tempo flow. That's what works for you. Give that. What are we doing here? And someone was saying, does it have to do so? Like, bro, they're R&B singers. They know what works for them. Some R&B singers have a certain key that they work with. They have a certain flow that they work with. Like, the greatest of the greats don't go outside of where that there's a sweet spot they have. Everything is in that sweet spot. They can do different things here and there, but they have a sweet spot. You have a sweet spot that seems to work for you. Incredible EP. Go back to that. What are you trying to prove here? I don't know, man. People just be overthinking. I don't know. I don't know, man. But shout out to him. I just was disappointed that this is what you come out with after that project, that nobody even knows anything from that project right now. Nobody's talking. Like, it's gone. The project is out of the way. It's never going to be spoken about again. And we're here. You're giving me Glory as your comeback to all of that you've been absent for a minute. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is just a waste of the momentum you could have used. A lot of people are waiting for you to drop something. You come up with Glory, and then people are putting themselves into pretzels to justify this travesty. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. All right, this one got a lot of people talking from last week. I think it was last week. Central C, UK rapper featuring Sexy Red, American female rapper, or American rapper. I beg your pardon. I've heard those conversations. So UK rapper Central C, American rapper Sexy Red on an Afrobeat track titled Guilty Tripping. And I'm excited, sort of, not about what you think. I'm happy because I think if this had happened 2 years ago, everybody will be talking about it, right? And the way it just went under the radar, I saw it here and there, but there were not big conversations about it. And I was glad. I was like, yeah, people are using your head now. Because like I said at the beginning of the year, guys, if you've been listening to this pod enough, we've been dropping gems, right? Like I said, this is what Afrobeats to the world means. This is the definition of it, where someone can release an Afrobeats, track in their end of the world, and we just move on, because that's what Afrobeats to the world is. There are rappers in Nigeria, there are rappers in different parts of the world, but we know where rap originated from. Right? There are R&B singers in other parts of the world. We know where R&B originated from. Do you get my point now? So if we need to start getting comfortable, and folks are getting comfortable, like it's no longer, people are not losing their heads, like fire on the mountain and running up and down. This is what it means. So be ready. The next step now, and I'm not saying it's going to happen this year or next year. The next step is I need you guys to take a deep breath in and deep breath out when another artist wins Afrobeat Song of the Year in the UK or in America or in South America or in Asia. You guys will need to take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. You will need to do that. It's coming. But that's what you wanted. That's what we wanted. Afrobeats to the world. That is the definition of it. If our artists will have to do better. If you want to conquer in all those places, fine. But you need to understand, the same way Kendrick will not win Rapper of the Year in Asia or in Japan, as great of a rapper that he is, right? He can come to Japan and sell out a stadium. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the Rapper of the Year in Japan, because Japan has its own rapper. Do you understand it? This is what it means, Afrobeats to the world. And I like that folks were not losing their shit over this. It was like, the Central C, Sexy Red on the track, and we just move on. So the next stage is coming. I need you guys to breathe, because I think I've said it several times on this pod to prepare people. Before we got here, I've said it, 6 months ago, at the beginning of the year, that you need to get ready for what Afrobeats to the world means. No, not even 6 months. It's several months ago, last year, right? So I'm glad we're getting there. The next stage is for you to get ready for when other people start winning Afrobeat Artist of the Year in different locations. Get ready for it. Please don't come to Twitter. Don't come to social media and vent. If your artists don't have enough leverage, please, I don't want to hear noise. Let's work on that. Let's work on that. And I was kind of excited to see that I wasn't hearing too much noise about, somebody did not win, whatever. No, we know what it is at this point. And finally, let's dive on this. I've not heard conversations about this in a minute, and I think it needs to be said. And you're not going to get this conversation anywhere else, trust me. So let me take a step back and tell you a little bit about my career. So I started music, in the media, radio, and all of that over a decade ago now. And one of the first places that I was to own my career, I worked at a gospel radio station, internet radio. And they're still working well still today. Amen Radio, you guys can go check it out. I was the host of the Cruise Time Show, which is an evening show that happened Monday to Friday. And I also was the host of the Just In Show, right? The show was focused on shining the light on new songs that come in every week. Now, you have to recognize, and I can say this with my full chest, that there is no show, unless something has happened that maybe that I haven't heard of recently, but there was no show anywhere in Nigeria that was weekly capturing the best music that is coming out every week. And I'm not just saying, somebody released a song and just play it. Now, on that show, what I was doing was all the songs that were sent to us every week, we could get 20, 30, sometimes just 10, 15, whatever the number is. I would listen to everything and pick my favorite out of them. And sometimes it would just be 5 songs. And sometimes it could just be 3. Sometimes it could be 10, right? Whatever it is, I always had some songs for the show. And the goal was to make sure that the best of the best artists and putting out the best gospel songs, like sonically, the lyrics, all of that delivery. Like, we could capture it every single week, right? If you go on Instagram right now, like, let me even give you a short assignment. This is pretty easy. If you go on Instagram right now and Google hashtag cruise time show with double T, or cruise time show, and I was called double T at the time, so I've got to go through several radio names. Okay, well, just hashtag cruise time show. You're gonna see the history. Like, this is not me hiding. Internet, everything's there forever. You're gonna see some of my work, some of the stuff I posted on social media. You're gonna see some of my work with around that show. And also, if you put in the Justin show, that's JUSTINSHOW. Now, it might give you some Justin Bieber. It might come up with some Justin Bieber things, right? Because it has Justin in it. But I didn't think about that when I was starting the show. But if you scroll down, you're probably going to see a few videos and a few posts that I did with Amen Radio at the time, trying to capture the best of gospel music. So I have been covering this, and I'm kind of in that genre for a minute, right? I've kind of seen how it's been able to grow from the inside out. Like, and some of the stories are not pretty. Like the kind of relationship and the kind of feedback and the way we were treated by pastors, by churches, by artists, by management people. Like, there is a lot of stories there. But for me, I think I was always focused on the product that the artists were bringing at the time, and they were always very fantastic. They were like fantastic songs, right? And I really like all the story when Nicki Minaj was featured with Kirk Franklin at the Tasha Cobbs at the time. If you remember, a few years ago, I covered all of those stories, like the changing of the sound with in the genre itself, the way Nigerian music was. The change of the sound, and that has the same way Afrobeat has changed. There's also been a change of just sonically what gospel music sounds like over several years. That has also changed. Not the same way it was 10 years ago, right? The way people put music together, all of that has changed over time. So for you guys who know a lot about the gospel, if you listen to a lot of gospel music, then you might have heard of the name Travis Green, right? I remember that Amen Radio at the time, we were the first radio, like the first people to start to play him at the time. This was the beginning of sort of when he started to gain a lot of popularity at the time. We were the first people to play his songs, and because we were so connected with artists who were doing worship programs and all of that, the song was able to slowly get into the system, and then people actually know about him through us at the time. So I know a thing or two about this industry, and I think a lot has not been said enough about things. Have not been said enough, or enough light has not been kind of shown on this industry. We talk a lot about the fit that that Afrobeats has achieved over the years, and I think we haven't really spoken enough about how far our music as well, how far the gospel music or the music itself, how far it has gone. Now, the artists themselves have not gotten the same popularity, the same recognition that I think they should, which is just sad. But it's kind of like where things are. But this genre, I just wanted to really talk about it today, that a lot is happening there. We're not paying attention, but the Nigerian music industry, the music itself, has gone as far, and to the people who actually listen, our music has gone farther, as far into those spaces as Afrobeats has done in the spaces that of people that actually listen as well. And let me give you an example of what I mean here. Sinach has a song titled Waymaker. People, I think this, what I'm about to talk about, I think this is one of the most outrageous things that has ever happened in the Nigerian music in the Nigerian music industry. I think, and I'll call it what it is. I think this is the greatest theft that has ever happened in the Nigerian music industry. And we don't talk about it. I don't think we talk about it enough. Sinach has a song titled Waymaker. She wrote this song. Oh my gosh. I'm having goosebumps, just chills while just talking about this. Probably one of the greatest gospel songs ever. This song has to be one of the greatest gospel songs ever released in the history of the world. I am standing on that. Let me just give you now. I go to Sinach's page, right? Waymaker. Her song has. Let me be sure that this is what it has. Let me be sure that this is what the streams that this song actually has, because I want to be really sure here, because someone is impersonate no, someone has stolen her page. Not stolen, but I want to be sure I'm clicking on the right artist page. Right. I want to get it. Please let me. I'm not able to. I want to get that when the song was actually released, the original one, when it was actually released. Go to the album. The song was 2016. It looks like here. When the song itself was actually released. So let's go with that. That's like the closest I see. She released the song titled Waymaker 2016. And her song has like 6 million. And I don't know, because she hasn't come out to say that whether she's getting royalties from all these people that have given their own version of the song. And just let's go through them, because these are the big names in gospel music. So there is the Spanish version of the song by Priscilla Bueno. The song has 38 million streams on Spotify alone. Sinach's original is just 6 million. Let's keep going. Leland also, it looks like he's one of the big artists, right? And the Priscilla Bueno, she released her version in 2019. Now, you have to remember the original version for Sinach was in 2016. Leland, a broad artist, has over 138 million streams on Waymaker. This is Sinach's song. People, let's get it right here. Michael W. Smith, one of the biggest American gospel singers, I think he's American, right? He has 37 million streams, people, of Sinach's song. Someone has to tell me that Sinach is getting royalties for all of this. I go to another page. Okay, this one doesn't have as much. Another artist, Jesus Image, they have their own version, has 2 million streams, right? Another artist, Lifeway Worship, the song has 1.7 million stream. Bethel Music, one of the big gospel groups, if you're in that circle, you know, has their own version of this song, 2.7 million streams on Spotify alone. And I say this is, and we haven't gotten any information to say she's getting royalties for all of this. In fact, I think at some point, the story at the time, I think there's a video out or an audio out of Travis Green saying that the song Miracle, this Waymaker, is actually written by a Nigerian. He had to be the one to go into the American, the music space, the worship centers, and say this song is actually written by a Nigerian. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I think there was a video out of a time where Travis Green was actually saying that, because the song was so big in 2019, 2020, that period of time. I know we are not really talking about it, and maybe I should get someone, to come talk about this genre, because Nigeria is producing more than just Afrobeats. Whenever people say, "Oh, Nigeria Afrobeats," we're producing way more. But it's just that people, there's a focus on this because people can actually make money from this. If this was a pop single, there is no way that Sinach would not be at all the. She has. I don't think that she has ever been on any major stage on any of the even gospel award shows or gospel concerts in the U.S. I've not seen that. I mean, guys, you can correct me if you've seen anything like that. Please let me know. This has to, I think, is one of the greatest theft of our intellectual property that has ever happened in Nigerian music industry. It has to be this one. And it also speaks to some of the problems that I saw happen. It's like when I was covering it actively, it's like people cannot really speak to the things that they see that is wrong, right? Like, where is my royalties on this song? People say, "Oh no, it's for God's Kingdom." Who gives it them? These people, they've cashed out on that song. It has over 136 million, and that's just Spotify alone for that one artist. They've cashed out. You know, but the artist is supposed to release their music and be. I'm not saying Sinach is poor, but they should get compensated. Man, I should bring someone to talk about this. Honestly, I should really bring somebody to talk about this. It's absolutely ridiculous. I know whenever we say Nigerian music industry, people don't talk. There's way more happening than just Afrobeats. And I mean, as someone who's covered this industry, that one of the very few people who can come out who has covered that industry for a long time. So many problems, so many things, but this. The gospel music side is just as big, right? It's just as big. And since we're there, let me talk about the three songs that are kind of the biggest three gospel songs right now, the Nigerian gospel songs right now, because what was I? Yeah, I was on Instagram for like a few days back to back at some point, and I was hearing all these songs, like people were using them for reels, right? It's like, wait, what is this? And it turned out these are the biggest actually gospel songs out right now. I'm sure it's more than this. I just want to give three. For sure it's one more than this. There's Team Godfrey with Big God. There's Sound of Salem with We Will Be Many, right? And there's No Turning Back by Gaze Baba, right? And there's one, number 4. Let me give that one. Sound of Salem with Promise Keeper. I think these are the 4 biggest songs in Nigeria, gospel songs in Nigeria right now. And me talking about this, it just takes me back to the time when I listen to a lot and I have to decide and have to listen and kind of be critical, say this deserves to go on the radio, this doesn't deserve to go on the radio, could be better. And a lot that's happened in that industry. I should bring someone to come in so we can talk about it. Maybe I interview myself. Oh man, but it's been fun, guys. It's been fun hanging out with you guys today. I was glad I was finally able to get to talk about this, the gospel music side, because I don't think it's been spoken about, and because most people don't even know and they haven't covered it long enough, right? So thank you for staying with me all through till this time, until next week. But please wait, follow on social media, please. We're on Instagram and on TikTok now. It's TA Sound. On Instagram is TA_sound, TIAE_sound. On TikTok it's TA Sound. On Twitter it's TA Sound, and you can also follow on YouTube is No Stand Zone Podcast with TA on YouTube. Thank you very much for your time. Until when? Please, next week. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Yeah, until next week, I remain my humble self, TA. Stay blessed.